All right, everybody. Welcome to the Rebel Racing Network as we hit Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight in the 87 cars. And boy, am I excited. I can't tell you how excited I am for tonight as we hit Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Labor Day Luau 167 laps. And we're glad to have you. If everybody that's joining us, come on in, have a seat, man. Let's have a good time. And let's watch some of these badass cars go around the track as these drivers try to make this happen. Everybody's starting to get in. Starting to get on the grid now, so let's go ahead and go over that while we're here. All right. Sorry, there'll be a little bit of hiccups as I'm trying to get used to all this kind of stuff, but right on the front row, Jason Warren, Mr. I hate these cars, this car sucks. He always seems to find his way to the front row. No surprise there. Jonah Colbert starting second in the number 31 Ford Thunderbird. And we've got the Chevy Monte Carlo SS and the Ford Thunderbird on display today. Kai Shepard starting third. Garrett Kinder starting fourth. Jason Rockefeller starting fifth. Sixth place, we have Todd Schott. In seventh, we have Josh Smith. Eighth, we got Andy Kurtz. Ninth, Justin Hendry. 10th, Ray Page. Brandon Wallace starting 11th. Brandon Pollock starting 12th. As we move on through the field real quick as they're starting to get rolling. Steve Loving, 13th. Spencer Gay, Travis Beaver, Joshua Thompson, Greg Fronek, Mickey Isaac, Colton Lanford, Michael Morrison, Bill the Hitman, Monzo, Matt Kleeman, Ryan Pendleton, Davy Jones. We got more cars. Kyle Roberts, Charlie Gates Jr., Jamie Tweed, Tyler Rice, William Griffith, Jason Lottridge, Josh Oswald, Eric Burkhalter, Mike Knights, and Gene Watkinson bringing up the rear of the field. Well, I am excited. I've been waiting on this all week as we get ready to see what these cars do on a real track. We went Daytona. That was a lot of fun. But this week, we're going to be, let's go ahead and get this grid off of here. We're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, hot Atlanta. 1.4 mile quad oval. 24 degrees banking in the corners. 5 degree on the straightaway. And there you see our race record, track record, and most wins, Dale Earnhardt himself. So really excited to get going as we are getting ready to go green. You see Barney's got the flag in hand. Pace car dumps off the straightaway, and here we go as we head down into the first turn. Let's try to get a better cam as we see that Jonah Colbert gets a great restart on the outside, able to get even with Jason going into the corner. One thing we have to be careful is guys are going to have to be careful early on. Is it going to be really, really loose as we already got a crash. Got a couple guys already spinning out. Uh-oh. And looks like we're still crashing as it's a parking lot, which is to be expected. A lot of these guys haven't driven these cars before. They're really loose on old tires, and it's really hard to save it. So already got a caution coming out. But we do have fast repair, so everybody get back on the track, get those things repaired, and get back into the race. I would imagine there's going to be a lot of cautions tonight as, like I said, a lot of guys are new to these cars. They take a lot to get going. You got to have patience. Got to give it 3-4 laps to get the tires up to speed and give it time to really hook up. Before that, it's loose all over the place. But Jason Warren still able to hold off that front row push by Jonah Colbert. And he is actually in Illumina. I said with the Ford Thunderbird, but he got himself Illumina painted on there, which is really awesome. A lot of guys do that. Glad to see that. It looks cool. And while we're in the caution, we'll check out the weather. See what we got going on today. Here's our Speed World race conditions. Temperature 65 degrees, partly cloudy skies, winds north, 2 miles an hour, and humidity is nice and cool at 55%. So the track should be really, really fast as these cars are ready to go around this track. Hopefully we can get some nice green flag action. "67 laps here tonight." These guys are gonna have to, like I said, the patience is gonna be the name of the game. As I repeat myself 3 or 4 more times, is just gonna have to take your time moving up to the field. These cars are actually tough to drive. They're not easy. The setups they're pretty tight, and as you get down into the corner, it's a patient game of, you just don't have a whole lot of horsepower to get up off the corner with the way these setups are. You can't really drive through it. Just they're so tight, and so you're gonna have to be patient, get those runs off the corner, and hopefully we can get some green flag laps to allow those guys to do that. It's hard to make passes really quick, like the Cup car or the truck. They get good runs, they can get fast with the draft and get runs on folks and get a couple positions pretty quick. These cars take a little bit more finesse. So let me see our leader, Jason Warren. Pace car lights are still on, so I'm going to have to figure out some stuff to talk about. As we are still under caution. This is the longest caution I've ever seen in my life. But while we're waiting, let's go ahead and let's take a look at everybody's cars. That's one thing I love about this series is I love the ability to. There's a lot of space on these cars. A lot of old school paint schemes that you can mimic. A lot of really cool things. It brings back a lot of memories. And so let's go through the field as we wait on this caution. See Jason Warren got a setup shop, looks like. I'm not sure what that is. It's hard for me to read it, but that's a good-looking car nonetheless. JC Motorsports by Jonah Colbert. Already talked about him. Jason Rockefeller driving the 21 Kyle Petty car, Sitco. Really good-looking car. Kai Shepard, I've seen this car before, the Miami Vice car. Josh Smith driving a U.S. Air Force car. Garrett Kinder painted this paint scheme today, and it looks good as always. He's really talented when it comes to painting cars, and it's a good-looking scheme with the white wheels. Not a bad job. Todd Schatz with a lightning bolt scheme, and we'll hit the rest of them later as we get ready to go green. Jason Warren getting right on that pace car as we're getting ready to get this race back going. Hopefully the guys have figured out that you have to be a little bit more patient and take it easy. Pace car is going to head off down to pit road. Jason Warren gets a really, really good start this time. Jonah Colbert not able to stay next to him this time, as he gets a good couple car lengths going into turn 1. And we have another caution. Try to see what happened here. Oh, it looks like the 9 car gets a little bit loose, and oh my goodness, it's a parking lot. Nine car Spencer Gay gets a little bit loose and ends up kind of in the middle of the track, and a lot of guys will just know where to go. Jason Warren still holding that top spot. Just need a few laps. Guys are really just making up positions by just dodging the wrecks at this point. So hopefully, I think they have one fast repair. So hopefully, you know, these guys will either tighten it up or, you know, in a couple wrecks they'll be out of the race, and you don't want that. Let's go back through the field a little bit more and try to look at some of these cars that we missed. Andy Kurtz is in the Valvoline for Thunderbird. It's a great angle to look at the paint scheme. I really love it. It's really nice paint scheme from the rear end. Ray Page with a Napa scheme chromed out. Really nice racing paint scheme. I love these type that are just simple, easy, you know, easy to put together, but just clean with the racing stripes across the side. Good looking paint scheme. Justin Henry driving the 711, number 85 Ford Thunderbird. Steve Loving with a fantastic car. Old Rusty Wallace throwback, and number 27 Ford Thunderbird. Another Valvoline car. I would imagine Valvoline oil in general will probably be pretty popular. We had a Folgers car, but it disappeared, went off into the ether. Tyler Rice and a Copenhagen. Ford. Kyle Roberts and a Crisco. And these are great schemes. Of course, we have to have a Dale Earnhardt Goodwrench scheme. They've got a couple of them tonight. I would imagine Joshua Thompson, if he's somewhere in this race, he's definitely got one. Ryan Pendleton with the Harry Gant Skull Oldsmobile. Our new league commissioner, William Griffith, with the Toys R Us car. Looks really good. Like that. Jason Lottridge with the pitbox.io. A little bit more modern scheme. Good looking car. Another Copenhagen scheme. Well, let's get back up front. We should be getting the one to go. See if we can't get some racing in. See what these cars can do on a long run. See who's got the skill to save a right front with a setup that's so tight that you just can't. It's just punishing. It's punishing no matter what you do. It's hard to save the tire. It's just going to wear out the right front. I think it's just how you manage that early on in the build. I think it's sort of similar the way it races now is you just kind of drive down in the corner, drive it in as hard as you can, and just stomp the gas and pray that you that you can make the corner exit. There's just really no saving the right front. It's so difficult. These cars just plow right into the corners. So Jason Warren's loving this, being able to just stay out front, be in control of the restart every time. We had a race tonight in the Legends car that was very similar, where cautions come out every 2 or 3 laps, and just not enough time to build a run against the leader. He's got so much control over the race, and he is able to get 3, 4, 5 tenths on the restart, and that's really hard to make up in a couple laps. So we go on green on the first start, and then every restart after that, the leader. So Jonah Colbert was able to get a good restart on the first part of the race, and we're going single file. I did not know that. Single file restart. Well, that's really cool. Try to get this a little bit cleaned up. Jason Warren gets another great start. go back here and check out some of this action in the back. We got 3 wide. William Griffith. It's like Ryan Pendleton, Kyle Roberts. Oh, and William Griffith gets into the wall. Oh, my goodness. Hits the wall hard. It comes down and almost collects somebody. And caution is out again as multiple people have crashed. Go back and see what in the world happened. Oh, it looks like we already had a couple people wrecking. Oh my goodness, and just everywhere. Oh, and it looks like Jason Warren, our leader, he had some trouble. What happened? Let's go back and see what happened to him. Like he gets real tight off the corner, and Jonah Colbert is able to get under him, and then oh, he's just bouncing it off the wall. That's not good at all. And then going down, oh my goodness, just a tough break. Trying to dodge. These cars don't turn on a dime, and you know, the 28 car was just trying to get to the outside of him, Josh Smith, and unfortunately just clobbered the wall and wasn't able to get cleared of him. Is just another miss. So a lot of damage to be fixed. That front bumper of William Griffith's just not going to be able to hold on very much longer. Got a new leader, Jonah Colbert. After Jason has his troubles, Jonah able to take that lead and come out out front. So he'll get to control the restarts from here on out. Pit road is really busy right now as guys are coming in to get those tires. 20-second pit stops, a long time to be on pit road. A lot of guys getting damage fixed. Trying to get those cars going. It looks like the Air Force car, Josh Smith, he's missing his left front. Crew's out in the track looking for his left front tire. Hopefully they find it. See a lot of guys just continuing to sit on pit road. Probably got a little bit of optional damage on some of these guys with the cleaner cars, just trying to get that damage fixed. We look at Michael Morrison. Well, while we got another break, we're going to run out of stuff to talk about under these cautions. But while we got another break, we'll go ahead and bring up the schedule for this series. Really excited that we was able to get this going. A lot of guys have been trying to get this series going, and Hitman Monzo, Phil Monzo, and Davey Jones stepped up to the plate, decided to try to get this thing going for guys who really want to get this car and get a series going with it. Runs on Mondays. You see the times there is we have one fast repair, unlimited tires, which is always a good thing. Short races, so the limited tire is really not a huge deal. Gives you a chance to go in there and get 4 fresh tires if you need them. But it would make more difference, I think, if it was a longer race. You know, maybe 167 laps. It might be a big deal, but we raced at Daytona International Speedway last week, and Patrick Drabick, who's not in the race tonight, was able to come away with the win. A very exciting race. But you see, we're Atlanta this week, Darlington next week, which will be really fun. North Wilkesboro, always great. Talladega, which will be a blast. I've personally seen a race there that was incredible. Charlotte Motor Speedway, Pocono, Dover, Michigan. I mean, these are all tracks, Rockingham, to finish it out, to crown a champion. this is a heck of a schedule. So if you're interested, want to come hang out, want to race, have some fun. This is not a super serious league. This series is not. It's more of a, it's something we're testing the water, see if maybe it takes off and does. And so far, it looks like there's plenty of racers interested. We got a full field, 34 cars. So, but as we're getting ready to go back green, we're going to do a. You see, Barney trades out the yellow flag for the green flag. We're going to be a single file restart. Pace car heads down pit road.
Green flag.
And we're green. Oh, and wrecking already. Looks like Hitman Monzo, the number 19 and 55 car, wrecking, and Barney just immediately gets the yellow flag right back out and starts waving as we have another parking lot. As guys are just having a tough time, and that's to be expected. It's not a it's not a vehicle, like I said, that we've had a lot of experience on. So there's definitely a learning curve. It's not like any of the other oval vehicles that are lots of downforce, lots of grip, aero grip. These cars are just a handful. But I'd love to see some green flag racing, see what these cars will do, see what some of these guys who have been trying to work their way through the field, see if they can make any progress. We've got some pretty big movers. We've got Jamie Tweed, who's up 20 spots since we started. Definitely hadn't been a clean race for him. You see his nose is all crinkled in. Decided not to go get pit, and his back end's crinkled in too. He's got it from the front and the back. Decided to keep that Goodwrench Chevrolet out. And let's see. After those incidents, let's see if he's still composed or what's going on with it. Look at him. He's just stone cold. Just no life in the face. If those goggles were on, I bet his eyes would just be glazed over. He's just so concentrated right now. But he's up 20 spots, so he is making a move. Ryan Pendleton also. He's up 15 spots. Dave Jones got his Ohio State shirt on. Look at the concentration. They can't believe. They're like, okay, we've had 4 cautions so far. We're just gonna we got to keep focused. You can't let it slip away. Josh Oswald also up 20 spots. Oh my goodness, he's got a little sweat on his face. If we had one of those whoosh heart rate monitors, his has probably been through the roof, is dodging those wrecks. William Griffith, he's up 17 spots. So a lot of big movers, a lot of guys who are struggling. Jason Warren started on the pole. He's way back in 28th after his accident. I would imagine he definitely got his damage fixed. And hopefully we can get some green flag racing so he can see if he can race his way back through the field. He was a very fast car, about a tenth faster than the whole field, second place on back in qualifying. So he's definitely got the speed. Just got to take care of that car. That fast repair is gone now, so you got to take care of that car and make sure that you can get back to the front and make sure that you got to dodge these wrecks, and you have to make sure that you. I don't know if you can be patient as we're on lap 20 of 67, only 47 laps to go. I'm not sure that patience is something that you can actually do. You're going to have to go now. With the way the cautions are, every position that you can get, especially on a restart, is going to be important. A lot tougher with it being single file restarts. I like that. I think that's cool with the field kind of like they used to do. Trying to help clean it up. I'm not sure it's working, considering we had a wreck before the start-finish line. So if you're back 25th, it's going to be tough to make those positions up running single file. You see Garrett Kinder gets up there to Jonah Colbert and gives him a love tap, let him know he's there, he's coming for him. check in on our top 5. Justin Hendry in 3rd place made himself up 6 spots. He's moved up quite a bit. Brandon Wallace, no surprise there. He seems like this car would be a good fit for him. He seems to be showing it. Able to dodge those wrecks and be smart. Get all you can get. Ray Page. I mean, all these guys are just taking advantage of a lot of misfortune that some of the front runners had early on. We've got a couple cars already out of the race. Like he's trying to find the garage. The lights are out on the pace car. And I know these guys are just itching to get up there and race. Get up there and bang fenders a little bit. Good restart from Jonah Colbert. Gets a good jump like he should on being in the lead. We check the field, see, it looks like everybody's made it through. Made it across the start-finish line, so that's good. Let's check on Jason Warren. Let's watch from his in-car cam. See what it looks like as we go around this track, as he's trying to make up a lot of time. Lost 24 spots back in 25th. See a little bit of smoke, one car down on the apron. And you'll just notice that it's just not a whole lot of runs. Like he gets a really nice run as there's some cars that are kind of checking up. He's still going to take advantage of that as, wow, it's starting to become a cluster up here. He's going to try to navigate this. We got one guy blinking. I think it's Colt Lanford in the 25 Folgers car. Jason being really patient, but also making some really nice moves, taking the runs when he can get them. A little bit of checkup. He's going to have to watch out. Go up under the 10 car. Let's go up here and check on the lead, see what we got going on. Is Jonah Colbert's got a really nice 7 to 7.5 tenth lead as the battle is for second right now. As you see Justin Hendry looking to the outside, trying to get a position on Garrett Kinder, and Brandon Wallace right behind him, ready to strike. See Justin Hendry in there, sawing that wheel, trying to get in the corner. Love to see it. Love to see these green flag laps, as these guys are getting a little racy, man. This is awesome. We got a caution out. I was too busy enjoying the... Oh, it looks like Brandon Pollock maybe gets a little bit of help, but goes down to the inside wall and just bends it, you know. Just, hey, I'm done. I'm out of here. And so he instantly takes a tow, and that brings out the caution. So we're under caution yet again. We haven't been... Jonah Colbert has yet to pit, but I just don't know, you know. And as far as I know, you know, I'm not real sure how much they're willing to stay out and take that track position. You know, I think pitting for the lead would just be a probably a bad mistake, especially with a lot of guys who have pitted already. About half the field in the back have pitted, so they're going to stay out, obviously. And we just haven't run enough green flag laps to make it worth pitting like that. So it's going to be a tough, call. I think most of the leaders will stay out as long as we're having cautions every 5-6 laps. That track position is going to be way too important. You see, like folks like Jason Warren who have been able to make up spots. He goes around going to get the lucky dog, but you just can't make a whole lot of time up with just the frequency of these cautions. We see a lot of folks pitting though, going down pit road. If you're towards the back, midfield, there's no reason not to go in and pit and get that advantage. New tires definitely make a difference, but just how loose this setup is. They're having to use the Charlotte setup for this track. It's not perfect, but just how loose these cars are on cold tires. New tires can be a scary thing. For a couple laps, you really have to let them get heated up, and so the first 2 or 3 laps can be a little scary. Some of the guys who have stayed out will have a little bit more grip as those tires start to warm up. So you have to be careful. But I think the leaders, it just doesn't make sense to give up that track position. It's just too valuable here. It's so hard to pass, and just not able to get a run together so far, at least. These cars have had a pretty nice little development since they were released. When they released, they were really, really tough to drive. They put a 20, I think it was a 20-to-1 steering box in, and since then have dropped that down as it was crazy trying to drive these. It was a lot of fun, but decided to drop that down just a little bit. People with all kinds of different controllers on here. 20-to-1 is a tough ask, so they've made some changes. They got some drivers, some drivers who have driven these cars in the past. I believe Bobby Labonte, who's a avid iRacer, they brought him in, had him run some laps, get some data from him. He's seen it, knows how it's supposed to act, and since then it's really improved. Preparing for this broadcast, I've watched probably 10 to 15 87 races on YouTube, and they do put on a similar type of show where guys you're able to pass if somebody makes a mistake or gets out of the groove, but it's still not easy. You don't get huge runs. Your runs are few and far between, but so they put on a similar show. And as we're getting ready to go green, top 10, Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Justin Hendry, Brandon Wallace, Steve Loving, Ray Page in 6th, Ryan Pendleton in 7th, Josh Oswalt up 23 spots in 8th place, Colton Lanford in 9th, and William Griffith able to rebound after that incident, come back and be in the top 10. So pace car is going to head out again. We see a big accordion effect in the back for sure, as we see some guys really having to check up. That single file restart, just really tough to you see the leaders, you see half the field going, and you just want to go, but you can't because there's a guy in front of you. I think you could pass to the outside, so I think I just wonder if people have tried jumping out to that outside and taking advantage of that. See some side-by-side racing here. Matt Knights and Todd Schott. Oh, excuse me, that's Josh Smith. He's a lap down. And you can tell he's got a brand new car. That thing is shiny. Trying to make his way up through the field. Try to get back on the lead lap is Todd Schott gets a little bit loose. We head up to the front. We've got a battle for the lead starting to brew. Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder have been up front pretty much the whole race, but Justin Henry, man, I'm so impressed. It's not like I don't expect it, but he is right there ready to pounce, especially if these two get to battling it out for the lead here. As Garrett Kinder is able to get really close, just trying to get a run on him. And you just love to see the movement as they hit the corner. And this is we got a wreck as Ryan Pendleton is around. Oh, and he gets hit again. Look at him, so super calm, upside down. Oh, and there's a tire going. Oh my goodness, he tows immediately. That's a bummer. He was running good. Let's see what happened to him. Looks like he just gets a little bit loose. We'll back it up just a tad bit. Oh no, he gets some help from looks like Colton Lamford. Just drives down in the corner and just clears him out. Yeah, just hard to dodge it. Or hard to judge it sometimes, and just drove in a little bit too deep. My goodness, Dave Jones just. Yeah, we're gonna have to see somebody check on Dave Jones. He's in trouble. But our leader's still Jonah Colbert. We've had some really nice little green flag runs as we're starting to see guys deciding to pit, and they do. Jonah Colbert was going to stay out, but he saw Garrett Kinder take that left-hand turn and definitely wasn't trying to bait him for sure. He was coming down to get those tires. So enough laps has passed. Some guys are going to stay out who have pitted. But all these leaders, the guys who have been up front the whole race, are going to come down and get their fresh tires as we are just a little bit over halfway. And we're starting to see a little bit of green flag run. So it's a smart move by these guys to come on and take tires as we're just getting over halfway and just try to make sure that we end up having a long green flag run to the finish. You don't want to be on 36 lap old tires. So, and Justin Henry is going to win the battle off pit road. What a great pit stop for him. As he's going to come out in the lead, doing a great job of staying in the fight, staying right up there behind Jonah and Garrett, and was able to. His pit crew had been working on those pit stops and was able to get both of them off the pit road. However, our leader is William Griffith. We talked about it. Guys who have already pitted, who have gotten tires before, they're going to stay out and try to get that track position. As looks like Griff's got a early 90s Mustang look, which is kind of neat. What he's going to end up doing is trapping a lot of guys a lap down. They hate to see that, as all the leaders had pitted. So folks like Josh Smith, all these guys are having to let all the leaders go. I really don't know how the thing's set up. It looks like we may be getting lap cars on the inside, which is really exciting, but I really can't tell. We'll see once it looks like they're dropping to the back. But I'm really excited on this restart to see what Griff can do. on these older tires. These tires really don't drop off as much as you would think. 36 lap old tires, yeah, sure, you're really struggling. But 10 to 12 lap tires, you have better grip than these guys on brand new ones right off the bat. So you'll be able to get a nice little gap if you can just get into a rhythm and make up some time on these guys. As the new tires come in, the fall off may not be too bad. So I'll be excited to see what he's able to do on those. Lights are out on the pace car. We'll give you 11th through 20th. Jason Lottridge is in 11th. Mickey Isaac in 12th. Matt Clement in 13th. Charlie Gates Jr. in 14th. Jason Warren has made his way back on the lead lap, getting the lucky dog that last time. Is already up to 15th spot. Ray Page up to 16th. Michael Morrison, 17th. Phil Hitman Monzo, after his troubles, has been able to get up 3 spots to 18th. Matt Knights has done a great job so far, up 14 spots where he started, and 20th is Tyler Rice as we get ready to go green. Interesting, the story right now is just what can these tires do? What can Griff do on these tires? Can he hold that position, or new tires going to mean that much? So we'll keep the camera on him and try to see if he can hold Justin Henry back. Justin Henry, the man on the mission.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out. Griff with a great restart. He should have plenty of grip going down into the corner. Let's see what these guys can do as we... Jonah Colbert's already looking on the inside of Justin Henry, ready to go, trying to get up there. Being a brave little toaster on those brand new tires. And he is going to run down Griff, and already on the inside of William Griffith is well, we're starting to see that if you can keep the pedal in it and not lose the back end, those new tires are going to make a difference. As Griff may be in trouble now as he's under fire from Justin Henry and also Garrett Kinder, as Kinder goes down to the bottom. Griff way up out of the groove. Not going to be able to hold off that charge, and it looks like Stephen Loving is right on his back bumper as well. As we look at Steve, look at him, he's ready to go. I can't find the camera. We watch Steve as he tries to make his way around William Griffith. And you see how the car just kind of bounces, like being on an interstate where there's a dip from. Oh, we see. Oh, Steve Loving gets a really loose, but you see those hands. He's all the way to the right and was able to save it. Really good save there. But yeah, the turn one's really crazy in these cars. It's just like on the interstate where 18-wheelers have kind of bottomed out, and over again, it kind of puts a little dip in there. And these cars really show that dip as we watch Steve goes down into turn one, and he kind of goes over it, boom, lands. And man, love the movement in these cars. Seeing William Griffith get his butt in, hanging out, coming off the corner. We look back and look, and oh my goodness, Steve Loving's going to have to go. These guys are running him down quick. He's under fire as he's trying to figure out a way to get around Griff, but he's got a lot of hungry racers behind him as he is able to get under William here as Josh Oswalt tries to follow. Josh Oswalt yawing out, coming off the corner, trying to get that car to hooked up. You see William Griffith. You see, hey, look at the concentration. Oh man, yeah. After, we had a rough start, but these guys are really starting to put on a show now. As we are getting to 24 to go, it's time to make a move and get something going. As we're going to go back up to the lead here, is it just there's racing all over the track. I'm not going to move from right here. We got almost 3 wide as these guys are just trying to jockey for position, make their way up towards the front as the leaders are starting to pull away a little bit. Check in on the lead. Jonah Colbert's got about a half-second lead, as the front three have been pretty much, you just kind of swap them up and mix them up like a turtle shell game. And Justin Hendry was able to get that. You see, Garrett Kinder goes around, but he saves it. Oh my goodness, what a wheel man, able to save it. Caution is out though for another incident, but unbelievable job by Garrett Kinder saving this car. We're gonna have to go back and look at that. That was impressive driving. As we're gonna go in and look at it from this cam as he gets loose, and look at him. Oh, he's what amazing car control. Able to save that car and keep it out of the wall, keep it from spinning out. And he's going to be blessed with a caution. It looks like Andy Kurtz, had some sort of incident. Colton Lanford on his rear bumper. Colton Lanford's not making any friends today, as he just drives in the corner right on his bumper and just spins him out. So I'm not sure what happened to Ray Page. Oh, he's just trying to dodge the car sitting on the track. Oh, my goodness. Just an unfortunate deal there, just trying to dodge the car. Kurt's doing the right thing of just sitting, holding the brake so guys can get around you. So Kurtz did nothing wrong there. The right thing to do. You don't want to be sliding down the track when cars are trying to get around you, especially with the caution out. So. I got to say that save was something else, and like I said, he got a really nice caution there to be able to get his tires cooled back down. He's going to be in trouble for a while, as the iRacing tire model definitely seems to favor heat more than just straight up percentage, and so when he got those tires hot like that from almost spinning out, he was going to be struggling for a few laps. So caution came at a great time for him. He's able to get those tires cooled down, keep his position in second, and make a charge for Jonah with about 20 to go. We'll probably have 18, 19 laps as we get back going green. The race with a lot of cautions, but here towards the latter half of the race, it's been some really good racing. Guys have been able to try to make moves, move forward. Josh Oswald up 26 spots. What a great run. The car looks a little bent up. Looks like he's got a little bit of right front damage, either contact with the wall or another vehicle, but it doesn't seem to be hurting him at all, as he was able to make some passes. And car looks good. Go back here and check on Jason Warren, see what position he in, see what his car looks like. Car still looks clean, as William Griffith definitely the tire strategy did not work out, as he is back in 13th, but Jason Warren has been able to recover and get back to 14th, and just needs some green flag laps. I think he's definitely one of the faster cars on the track. I mean, he's run the second fastest lap of the race, so he's definitely got plenty of speed. Just needs the time, needs the cautions to stop coming out, and I think he can be there towards the end if he can get through this field, get a caution towards the end. And make a charge for the win. But right now, I mean, Jonah Colbert has pretty much controlled this race. That last restart, Justin Hendry had the he had the task of passing Griff, and so when he did that, it just kind of slowed him up enough that Jonah was able to get enough run to get under him and get past him, and so he was able to take that lead back. But definitely don't count him out, as I think These three, Steve Loving's been there. He's on the, on the runs. He's kind of dropped back from the top three. The top three have been the class of the field so far. So, it'll be interesting to see if Steve has he's been holding back, kind of just trying to make sure he makes it to the end. All right, as we finish up our 7th caution, getting ready to go green with 19 laps to go. Jonah Colbert with a great run. Great jump as we're going into turn 1. And just look at these cars all over the place. A couple guys blinking. Hopefully that won't. Oh, we've got somebody wrecking. Looks like Matt Clemens was. Oh my goodness. Comes back up on the track and just destroys the 21 car. My goodness. Not sure what happened there. Oh, he gets into the grass. Oh my goodness, that's awful. Oh, that's such a bummer. He gets into the grass and looks like he just loses the rear end. As he was able to try to get it saved, and just you see he's getting loose, and oh my goodness, it just spins right back up in front of 17 car. I don't know who that is. I think the numbers are a little bit messed up. Definitely a bummer there. Jonah Colbert loving this. He's able to be the leader on every restart, get that jump. Going to get a good start on every one of them. The tires really don't spin in these cars, just the way they're geared. There's not really much wheel spin. So there's not really much danger of that. Garrett's just going to have to hope that he can get some green flag laps and try to put some work in and get around him. But he's been really strong. I'm not sure if anybody's got anything for him. He's just doing a great job so far. See Matt Clemens sitting on pit road. Looks like he's used his fast repair. Car looks good now. Somebody we really haven't talked about much this race, Mickey Isaac, has moved up 10 spots to 8th. He's just slowly making his way. I'm not sure if he's had much trouble. Haven't seen his name called that much, but the car still looks good, up to 8th place. Colton's still blinking out quite a bit. Gonna have about 15 laps to go. Would love to see this go green and try to race it out to the end. Love to see these 3 cars that have been up front the whole race ever since Jason Warren had his issues. These 3 have been the class of the field, so be interested to see who's able to. We're not really saving tires anymore. There's no point. 15 laps, you got to go. So it's going to be interesting to see who's been holding back, who's been just trying to take care of their stuff, and then who's got a little bit of extra speed in the tank. I'm interested to see Josh Oswald, Steve Loving, these guys who are really, really fast drivers. Are they going to be able to get up there and contend with Jonah Colbert, Garrett, and Justin Hendry, who have been just extremely, extremely fast, came prepared for sure. All right, getting ready to go green. Pace car is in. Green flag is out. Garrett Kinder right on the back bumper, not able to get as good a restart as he probably hoped. Steve Loving gets a great restart. Justin Henry looking to the inside of Garrett Kinder. Able to get even with Garrett. Let's see how it goes off the corner. See if he's able to complete that pass. He's not. We are under caution yet again. Go back and look, see what happened. As there's a melee in the back. I think it's already happened. Oh, Dave Jones just getting tagged from behind. Looks like Todd shot. And, oh my goodness, carnage! Oh, dude, that looks like Wreckfest, man. That the damage model is crazy. You see his Ray Page's left front bumper is struggling there. Really, really hard hits. Hope they're okay. Under our 9th caution of the night. Brandon Pollock getting the lucky dog. At this point, not much left to say. It's going to be about 9 to 10 laps to go when we get back going green. You're going to have to make your moves quick. Fortunately, by the way that this race is going, if you are 3rd or 4th, especially 4th or 5th on back, it's going to be tough for you to make any kind of move towards the front. Just going to run out of time, but who knows? I mean, folks like Josh Oswald, Brandon Wallace, who's been up front all race, Steve Loving, who's just quietly been running 4th for the last half of the race. All it takes is one slip from Jonah, Garrett, or even Justin Hendry. Garrett, Jonah, they get together, something like that. All it takes is a little bit, and you can scoot right on through. So, got to stick with it. Can't give up. Never know what's going to happen. Lights on the pace car are off. We're going to go green next time by with 8 laps to go in the race. Garrett Kinder with a little psychological warfare. Jonah look up in his mirror, he can see Garrett looking right back at him. Well, all right, as we get ready to go green, is anybody going to have anything for Jonah Colbert? Is Garrett Kinder going to be able to get to him? Maybe put the bumper to him? Who knows? Anything to do to win this race. Can we stay green? Can we stay green for 8 laps and try to finish this thing under green? See if we can make a race out of it. Another great restart. Steve Loving is going to, it tries to get up to the outside, but Justin Hendry puts the block on him. Jonah Colbert able to get away. See Colton Lanford get into the wall, get a little damage. Brandon Wallace going to the inside of Josh Oswald. Brandon Wallace getting a little racy. I like it. I'd love to see it. Making his way up towards the front. Red, white, and blue. Goodrich, Chevy Monte Carlo. He gets a great run into the corner. Gets a little tight. A lot of guys pushing up off the corner. You see a 3-wide little battle back here as Jason Warren moving back up into the top 10 on the top side of Seth Griffin. Excuse me. He's definitely putting down some flyers. Just too little too late. If we can get a couple green, white checkers, he may be there. As we go back to the lead, we don't want to miss a pass for the lead. Looks like Garrett is trying to make, trying to get a run on Jonah. He's getting close. He's there. He's just got to be able to find that run, get up to the inside, and complete the pass. It's going to be tough to do both. He's able to get low. He's got to run. He's going to look up on the inside. Just not able to do it just yet. Colbert goes down to the bottom trying to take the air away from Garrett Kinder. As Garrett Kinder, he's getting so loose trying to pedal it up on the outside, get that run off the corner. But the battle is right here as Jonah and Garrett are just going after it, putting on a great show. Ray Page has had another incident, but we stayed green, which is great. See Garrett just trying to find some sort of speed. He's going to get a run on Jonah here. Gets a little bit loose. Jonah gets a little bit loose too, but he's going to look down to the inside. Got a battle for the lead. Garrett Kinder trying to make it work. And he's so loose. They're both loose. Look at this. This is fantastic. Been waiting on this all race. I'm so excited. Woke me back up. You see Jonah Colbert gets a little bit loose, yawed out going into the corner. Garrett trying to work that high side. He's got to be careful not to get loose off the corner and scrub that speed off. Get those runs down the front straightaways. You see Steve Loving trying to look down to the inside of Brandon Wallace. Brandon Wallace all the way up to 4th place. What a great run by him. Man, fantastic race. It looks like we're under caution yet again. I don't know what happened. It looks like Jason Warren had some sort of issue. No, Colton Lanford was blinked out. And Jason Warren did the pass in the grass and came back up on the track. Doesn't look like the reason for the caution. There definitely was the reason for the caution right there. is looks like Jason Lothridge gets a little bit loose. Doesn't really get any help. Just seems to have lost the air on the spoiler and gets into Jason. So Jason just having a tough night. Well, I hate to see that. I know Garrett was trying to get back up there. He'd almost been able to make that pass, but like I said, getting a run on somebody and getting on their inside and being able to complete that pass is really tough here. In the Cup car, you can basically, the side draft's so ridiculous that you can make those passes relatively easy, but in these cars it takes a lot of work. But Garrett Kinder was able to make that move and get down there. Just got a little bit loose. Both of them did, and unfortunately, Garrett just lost a little bit of time to Jonah. Working our 10th caution, and we're going to get our first green-white checkered. I don't know how many we have. A lot of times they run 3 in this league, so we may have 3 attempts at it. Just kind of give an update on our top 10. Of course, Jonah Colbert, Garrett Kinder, Justin Henry, top 3 as they have been for a while. Brandon Wallace moving up into that 4th spot on that last run. Steve Loving dropped 1 spot, but still having a strong run in 5th, showing a lot of strength tonight. Josh Oswalt with the biggest mover of the race so far, 25 spots up to 6th place. Colt Lanford having a couple incidents, but is able to after having so many run-ins, being able to have a 7th place position right now as he blinks out again, having some connection issues. Mickey Isaac running in 8th, having a quiet but efficient run. William Griffith in 9th, and Tyler Rice in 10th. Lots of big movers in this race, but the race is definitely right here with these front 3. Really the 3 cars that have shown to have the speed to get a win. Drivers like Steve Loving, Brandon Wallace, Josh Oswalt, just don't know what they have. But they could surprise us and come out of nowhere and run these guys down and take that win. So it's going to be tough. Jonah's been really clean and mistake-free on these restarts. I like the single file restarts. I think they're really cool, but it's got to be frustrating for the drivers not being able to be a little bit closer to the front. If you're 8th, you're just so far back there and you have to make up so much time. But as the pace car is coming down, we're going to take the first green-white checkered and see who's going to come away with this victory, as they are tied up at the top, trying to prevent anybody from getting runs on the outside, trying to lay back. Jonah Colbert gets another great start as Garrett Kinder tried to get a jump on him, but just so hard when you're 2nd place and the leader controls everything. Brandon Wallace Oh, and they're bouncing off the wall back there, but they're able to keep it together. Brandon Wallace going for third place, moving up into the podium, making a strong move past Justin Hendry. Justin Hendry fighting back on the outside, not willing to give it up. Brandon Wallace giving up plenty room to Justin, really respectful there. They go down to turn one. Brandon Wallace having a fight to complete this pass. It's a little tight in the middle. Justin Hendry is still there. Steve Loving is looking down to the inside like, yeah, guys, get up there and make a little contact. I'll drive right by you. As a 30 car, Mickey Isaac, oh, oh, my goodness, has had the quietest, cleanest race. He gets a little bit loose off the corner and looks like he hits is Justin Hendry. Oh, and he turns Brandon Wallace and hits Stephen Loving as well as Josh Oswald. Big crash. Colton Lanford, another huge wreck as they're just piling in. Oh, my goodness. Brandon Wallace just continuing to get but I was so focused on the on that battle that I'm sorry, Jonah, I missed you crossing the line, but Jonah Colbert is able to hold off Garrett Kinder, Justin Hendry, and take home the victory tonight as he's the winner this week. Just a dominant performance. Just a lot of folks I think had speed, were able to had something for him. It just didn't have enough time, not enough green flag laps to really do anything. Looks like Brandon Wallace was able to still finish fifth, which is great. I know he probably wanted to finish third, and he had done a great job, but still coming away with fifth place, man, was really great. But I think the top three is pretty much what it was the whole race as we watch Jonah Colbert burn it down. Congratulations to him as we start to bring up folks into the booth. Let's bring up our second place finisher, Garrett Kinder. Hey Garrett, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me? Hey Garrett, you got me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, man, great race, man. You made it was a tough race with all the cautions. It made it really hard to try to mount any kind of run, get any kind of racy. But you did have a chance there towards the end and got under Jonah, just wasn't able to complete the pass. Kind of talk me through your race and how how tough it was with all the cautions and what your plan was to try to take that win away from him.
My big concern all night was to keep it out of the wall. But as far as trying to run down Jonah, you're exactly right. The cautions didn't help much. I could kind of reel him in after about 4 laps. I was running just a touch higher than he was, and I found a groove, found a way to work that throttle where it would really stick off the exit, and I could get a good drive off. But yeah, whenever I got underneath him, I knew he was going to go high because he had came up in front of me, and I knew as soon as I had to run, he was going to stay high. And I hadn't made the low line work all night, and I just smoked in there way too hot and lost basically everything off of that. And then shortly after yellow came out, but we gave it a run, and it was, it's typical Atlanta. It's loose. It's a loose race car. You drive off your right rear quite a lot, which I like, and it was just a good time all around, man. These cars are a blast.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that. Like, how was what was it like to race it with these cars, this track, this combo? Was it well, you didn't get a whole lot of chance to really test it out, but it just seems like there's a lot of movements you can do. There's not a lot of with the aero not being as strong. It just seems like you're able to move around without much penalty.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You can make some fairly aggressive moves and make some stuff stick that, in current Cup car packages, I don't think would work near as well because side draft and all that. Side draft is here, but it is not nearly as prevalent as what it is with the current Cup car package. So that really lends to some better racing. Of course, couldn't ever get up next to Jonah, but the little bit I got next to Justin Hendry a couple times here and there, and it's just fun racing. I mean, so I don't know if you ever showed an in car or not, but these steering wheels, they look like pirate ship steering wheels are huge. And I'm over here racing on a little, 12, 14-inch racing wheel at the house. And so it doesn't translate over very well. So you're having to crank that wheel a lot more to get the same desired effect. And it's just fun, man. These cars there's no aero downforce. There's nothing like that. It's all mechanical grip. It's all, how much can you rotate that car, make it lean on what tire you want to make it lean on, and get your drive off and get your good entries. It's a completely different ball game, and of course it was very caution laden. And I think it shows that how much different it is, and how much more difficult these cars are. And of course, Atlanta being what Atlanta is, they call it Hot Atlanta for a reason. I know the air temperature wasn't hot, but that track sure felt hot tonight. It was slick.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch the broadcast. I got a good in-car cam. Your eyes were huge as you almost looped it off the corner there, and you had a hell of a save, man. That was amazing.
You should have seen that. You should have seen the eyes here. I promise you, they were that big or bigger.
Well, all right, all right, man. Well, who do you want to thank? Any sponsors or anything that you want to shout out?
Of course, I want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch coming on board. I think this is the first 87 series race that they've seen this car. Just painted it up earlier today whenever I knew it was going to be broadcasted. So big shout out to them. I know Dad's watching back home. He texted me after that save. I hadn't read what it said yet, but as soon as I got that saved and got it under control, my phone went off. I know it was him. So big shout out to family for watching back home. Everybody that's running the series over here, Davey. Man, I feel like everybody kind of helps out where they can. Davey and Phil. Thank you for broadcasting it, man. I know you've put a lot of work into it, along with your smorgasbord of a team you had. You said that quite a few people have put in some work on it. I can't wait to go back and watch it back. I got a little sneak peek of the intro earlier, but I'm ready to see the whole thing put together.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Eddie.
Hey, Justin, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie.
Man, Justin, that was awesome. Man, you were right there the whole race. I think you, Jonah, and Garrett were definitely the fastest three cars on the track. Man, talk me a little bit through your race. You kind of ran. You were running third for a while. You got that really amazing pit stop. Was able to get out into the lead and then drop back to third. Kind of talk me through that. What was your race like?
Well, I'm not, don't have too much experience in these cars, and they're very difficult, as I'm sure you know. But it wanted to grab on that high line, so I just kept trying to ride that high line, the second lane up, and it seemed to be pretty fast. But I mean, Garrett and Jonah, I didn't have too much for them there.
Well, I think you had a hell of a run. Great job finishing third. Do you have anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any shout outs?
I'll just thank everybody in the league and all the different series that we get to run here. It's a lot of fun. Do want to say sorry to Brandon, though. I did get into him, coming to the end there, and he did get around. So he's definitely all on me, but definitely wasn't on purpose.
Well, all right, man. Well, hey, congratulations on third place, man. That was so much fun to watch. You put on a great show, so congratulations.
Thank you, man.
All right, well, let's bring in our race winner, Jonah Colbert. Hey, Jonah, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Well, man, you was able to pull out that win with a dominating performance. Being able to control 10 restarts sure does help. Kind of walk me through your race. What was your plan? Because you stayed out for a good 36 laps. Then you came in, you took your tires, and you was pretty much able to control the whole race. So just kind of talk me through your whole race and and how it went for you.
We didn't really have a plan. We had a real short practice, I think maybe 15, 20 minutes. And so me and Steve were just kind of playing it by ear there. And we weren't sure when we were going to pit because with all the cautions, we were sitting at like 15, 16 gallons of fuel halfway through the race. And we're like, man, we probably make it if it keeps us at this rate. And then we were just kind of waiting to see what the rest of the field did. And when Kinder looked into the pits, I decided to take it in too. We got 4 tires. And I mean, tire wear was brutal here on these cars, as you'd expect, with no downforce. And like you said, just controlling the restarts. It was nice to get out there, get a good jump on everybody every time, and didn't really have much of a threat. There is no tire saving in this car, especially with all the cautions. But I mean, even without the cautions, I don't really think you can save too much. And it was just about keeping that right rear kind of cool. So if you spin that right rear too much, you get real loose. But Highline worked really well in 3 and 4. So when Kinder got to me, I just threw it up there in the cushion, and it held. And he wasn't able to get by me, and then it was just restarts after that. So.
Well, man, great race. I mean, there's just not much else to say. I mean, you were up front the whole race, and you got beat off pit road. Justin Hendry had a hell of a pit stop and was able to come out first. And
Did he take 4 tires or did he take 2?
well, I'm not sure. He didn't really say, but
Okay.
either way, you got a huge run. I don't know if you had to check up for Griff, who was up front, and but you had a huge run and just drove right by him. So just showing amazing speed. But you and Garrett put on a good show there. Garrett had one little run at you, and so it was a lot of fun to watch. So, but congratulations, man, on your win. Definitely well deserved, and hopefully we'll get to Darlington next week and you can get you another one.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for putting this broadcast on. We know you put a lot of work into it, and I'm sure it looks great. Can't wait to get back and watch it. So,
all right, man. Well, thank you.
have a good one.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. A lot of cautions, but still exciting race. I love these cars. Love just watch them go around the track. Seeing Garrett and Jonah sideways battling it out. A lot of guys just fighting hard to try to get these spots. A lot of heartbreak and a lot of accidents tonight that were, some people their own doing, and some people just get caught up in things. But regardless, still a really fun race. Glad to have 34 cars in the field. It's so awesome. And hopefully everybody had a good time. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the broadcast. I want to give a shout out to the folks over at Scars League who helped do a lot of the stuff on the broadcast with me. Had to bounce a few things off of them. So Jonah Colbert did the intro. So definitely want to shout him out because that was amazing. Really adds to it. And I want to thank all the guys at Rebels. Davy Jones and Phil Hitman Monzo for putting this series on. It's been a long time coming, so really glad to see it. But we'll go through the whole field, just see where everybody finished. You can see the top 20 on your screen. Jonah Colbert, you're obviously your winner. Garrett Kinder, Justin Hendry, Colton Lanford, Brandon Wallace, Andy Kurtz, Tyler Rice, Charlie Gates Jr., William Griffith, Michael Morrison, Steve Loving, Kyle Roberts, Jason Lottridge, Travis Bieber, Phil Hitman Monzo in 15th. 16th is Matt Kleeman. 17th, Josh Oswald, Brandon Pollock, Mickey Isaac, and Matt Knight, rounding up your top 20. 21st was Greg Froenick. David Jones, 22nd. 23rd was Josh Smith. 24th, Jason Warren just made a really good run back up to the field, and then just had that issue with that blinking car and ended up 24th. Ray Page 25th, Spencer Gay 26th, Todd Schott 27th, Ryan Pendleton 28th, Jamie Tweed 29th. 30th was Eric Burkhalter, 31st Gene Watkinson, 32nd Kai Shepard, Jason Rockefeller, and Joshua Thompson rounding out the field in 34th place. So really nice field. There was definitely a lot of cautions, but a lot of these guys, I mean, you heard most everybody just haven't had a whole lot of time to devote to these cars and really put in time. You don't really race them that often. They're pretty new. So I would imagine as we move forward in the season, as we bring up the schedule just one more time, as we move, Darlington may be a tough one, but I think as we move through this schedule, I think the guys will start to practice a little bit more. They'll get used to these cars and how they react, and I think the racing will definitely improve. It was still great tonight, but yeah, just want to thank everybody that helped out with the broadcast. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I will promise you I'll try to get better. There's a lot of things to juggle, and I hope that they get better. So, but anyway, thank y'all very much. Y'all have a great night.